I'm Ken Adams, and welcome to this special edition of the Valley View. And what makes it special this week is we're going to do music. And with me this week is Robert Richter, the host for Local Roots on KMUZ 88.5, and one of the great local singers, Molly Kate. So welcome to the show. And we're doing this show because it's also a lead-in to an event that's happening on May 31st and at 7:30 at Level B.
That's right.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about the event?
What we have done is we put together a compilation CD from artists that have appeared on KMUZ's Local Roots radio show, which I host on Sunday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. And over most of the last year, we've had people say to us, you know, such good music, let's put out a compilation CD, tie it in with a fundraiser for KMUZ. So we have a fundraiser event on Saturday night at Level B, and we put together 21 artists and one song each, and we decided to throw a party at Level B to celebrate the release of this CD. And 10 of the artists that appear on the CD are going to be performing at Level B on Saturday night.
Including Molly.
Including Molly, right. And myself, I'll be there too. Yes.
Well, and because you're an accomplished musician yourself.
Thank you.
And so, Molly, how did you get drawn into this?
Into music or
Well,
into
well,
KMUZ?
for this event,
this
and then
event.
if you'd like to tell us how you got drawn into music, that'd be great too.
We could just go into it. Actually, Robert Richter invited me to do this after I was on his show. I've been on his show a couple times now, and I was just super excited I submitted my music because there was like a process where you submit your music to have it on this compilation CD, which was really exciting because all the artists on the CD are amazing. And my music was chosen, and I got to be on the CD, and then he invited me to come play at the show, so it was very exciting.
So how did you get involved with music? What was your early experience?
Oh man, I've been singing since I was,
Little.
I can't even remember, this tall, you know, just making up music and making up songs. But music's been a big part of my family dynamic. My grandpa was a musician, and my mom's a singer. My dad is not a musician at all. Well, he plays the banjo, but he can't sing at all. But like old records were always being played in our house,
Right.
and just music was just a huge part of my upbringing, I guess.
Well, that's interesting because I know that my kids are always complaining because they heard Black 47 as an Irish Celtic band so often that they knew all the songs.
Yep.
And then my wife plays the Beatles. And
Yep.
so, you know, they
yeah.
have
Oh, yeah.
quite a bit of music going on
Oh,
in the
yeah.
house all the time. And I think my daughter was saying to one of her friends one time, we're just a normal family. And my son goes, how many normal families can sing every Black 47 song? So, but I mean, Robert, how did you get started in music?
Well, I've been playing music for a long, long time. My father was a musician, and so I picked it up early. My brother played the violin, and what I did is I just loved music from an early age, picked up on it, and just continued to grow with it. So at age 12, I had my really first guitar, and I've been playing ever since. So it's been a long time. But I've been involved in so many projects, not only as my own project as a songwriter and a guitar player, but I play in a number of other projects as well as a guitar player, and have a lot of fun doing that. So for me, music has been a continual growth and long-term process, and I love all styles of music, from folk to blues to you name it. In fact, even play in a Celtic group. Have fun. You mentioned the Celtic group, it's made me smile. I'm in a group called Castletown with Rachel Bowen, and we tour and play all over the Northwest at different festivals. But I'm also a rock and roller, so it's fun to do it all.
It is.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I noticed, because I did get to listen to the CD, is that you had kind of a wide variety of different kinds of music going on. And that I found very interesting, because you don't always get that on compilations, for one thing.
What we tried to do here is represent the area, the Northwest. Molly, of course, from Salem. We have other Salem area folks on the record. But we drew from the Pacific Northwest the talent we have here. So there's a little bit of gospel on there, for example. There's a little bit of rock. But we've really focused on the artists themselves, a lot of songwriters, a lot of different types of styles, and I think that's what makes it fun and interesting for the listener. Like you say, we didn't want to limit it to one genre. So there's a lot of representation on this CD. It's a lot of fun.
And that's what you do on your show as well. So it kind of blended in with what you were doing.
Right.
So, and so Molly, where do you play around town then? Do you play mostly here in Salem, or do you go to Portland, or where do you usually play?
Totally. I play here in Salem. I've played at the Nest when they have like music stuff over there. I've played. I'm trying to think of other places I played in Salem. I know I've played other places in Salem. I've played at the radio station.
Yes.
In Portland, I've played the Press Club and the Secret Society, and I kind of play like smaller, more coffee shop, I guess, kind of settings
Oh,
up there.
okay.
Yeah, so a lot of places. I'll be playing with the Castletown group I have this Saturday too at the market. So.
At
we'll
the
get around to-
Saturday,
yeah, at the Saturday market in
Well,
downtown.
yeah, I've
Market.
played the Salem Saturday Market
Yes, and
too.
Molly actually did that. That's what brought it up because
Yeah.
we played together there. Too.
Yeah, that was really fun. I love the Salem Saturday
So
Market.
do you usually do just by yourself, or do you usually work with groups? or-
Usually, I play by myself. On my EP album, I play with a band, and so I've had a couple settings where I brought in like my drummer and my backup singer and stuff, and had them kind of in on it. But I haven't done the big band thing yet. But it's kind of fun just to showcase the lyrics too, and just do.
Well,
the
yeah, and it
vocals.
comes across better in a kind of a coffee shop setting
Totally.
to do it that way.
Yeah.
To just be an individual singer. So you know what? I think what would be really nice right now is to let the folks at home listen to a couple of songs that you each did, because I noticed that people, while you were practicing, kept on coming up. Who is that singing? So let's go to some songs that you did for us.
Awesome.
Great. When I was small, more than 10, nighttime radio was my good friend. Dialing in stations 1,000 miles away, crystal clear, the end of the day. Was my late night radio, late night radio, that opened my mind and fed my soul. Late night radio. Listening to a San Francisco DJ, humming the words to the Beatles' Yesterday, hearing that countdown and turning it loud, dancing and singing to the Stones' Get Off of My Cloud. Was my late night radio, late night radio, that opened my mind and fed my soul. Late night radio. Well, I'd hear the Dodgers from LA, with Vin Scully calling that play-by-play. All those talk show hosts with so much to say, so much to say, yeah. Reflecting back on 1965, we had no computers back then or any cell phone lines. But now my mama's gone and daddy too. But those late night memories I can hold on to. Was my late night radio, late night radio, that opened my mind and fed my soul. Late night radio, late night radio, It opened my mind, it fed my soul. Late night radio.
First I'll take the high road out of here, take it right back to where we started from. Next I'll plan a course that I won't veer from, though sometimes we all take a little detour. First you'll take the road less traveled down, take it all the way into that little town. Next you'll plan a life way out west, build yourself that beautiful little nest. Well, it's a long way back to Dokes Ferry Road. It's a long way back from here. Yes, it's a long way back to Dokes Ferry Road. It's a long way back from here. Watch the road, don't let it trip you up. Man those sails and watch the waves come. Call the captain's orders to be done. Wait your turn, be ready for the run. And it's a long way back to Dokes Ferry Road. It's a long way back from here. Yes, it's a long way back to Dokes Ferry Road. It's a long way back from here. Ooh, are you waiting for the perfect time to fold? Your wings quit flying, but no, we never listen to the wind, so we're never going back this way again. When I was a young girl, you lived there, somewhere in the ivy and my dreams, waiting for the breeze to blow you home, wondering if I'll ever get to go. You left town but didn't leave my side. Stories told by crackling firelight, keepsakes stolen deep within my heart. Never with your memory will I part. And it's a long way back to Dokes Ferry Road. It's a long way back from here. Yes, it's a long way back to Dokes Ferry Road. It's a long way back from here. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, we're back, and that was very good playing and singing, and I really enjoyed it. So, what are some of the other things that you like to do? I mean, do you just do those kinds of songs, or do you do any other kinds?
I dabble in like the blues and like some rock and roll and stuff like that too. I've primarily just kind of done the singer-songwriter folk kind of thing so far, recording because I guess it speaks more to my soul. It's more of kind of I don't know, that kind of a feeling for me.
That's what you feel comfortable doing.
Yes, yeah.
It's
I feel comfortable in that genre.
Well, and I should mention that I do a blues show. Mm-hmm. So, I was kind of drawn to that and I tell the story too, that my dad, when we moved to Baltimore, he finally bought a car, but of course it never ran. So we were always going to downtown Baltimore, getting parts and stuff like that. Yeah. And every parts store there was a juke joint next to it.
Wow.
And you would hear like John Lee Hooker and people like that coming out of the juke joints, and like I just loved it. You know, it was a big new world for me, being originally from the Midwest and like that. So it was something that really kind of drew me in, and has always kind of held my attention. And it really took off like when the British invasion came in. You had people like the Yardbirds and Rolling
Trying
Stones.
to do blues.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were doing their
John Lee's
version
great.
of it.
Yeah.
You know, and so, well, I mean,
good.
like Love in
Yeah.
Vain by the Rolling Stones is one of my
That's,
favorite blues covers.
That's Robert Johnson, I believe.
Yeah. But I mean, I just love the way they did it because they did it real close. And Time on My Side by Irma Thomas, who they basically mimicked and did an outstanding job on. So those were kind of my local heroes, you know, growing up and like that.
Oh, there's so many influences people draw on, and there's so much out there to discover. It's just great to see.
And you bring it out as far as what we have locally, which is what I really like to hear
And I think that's great to do that, because I think people, when they hear our show on KMUZ on Sunday nights, they say they can't believe that this is actually coming from around here. I think we've talked about this. This is unbelievable sound, because it's not only the musicians, but we have great sound engineers, we have studios, we have session players, we have producers. They're all in our local community, not just the musicians themselves. So if you listen to them, the quality is just amazing. If I could show the CD.
Well, go ahead.
This is our CD here. Yeah. And we put this together, and by the way, this was all done from the heart and passion. People volunteered their time to put this together. I ended up producing it, but we have 21 songs, 80 minutes of music on here, and it's great. So when you come to the CD release party, this is what we're releasing, that type of music. But again, all across the board, like we say, but the talent is just, we're just so overwhelmed by how much music I get, and I think at the station all of us there do. But to really have this music and get it out to the people, it's great, because we are community radio. This is a community service, and why not just tell people what we have here? It's great.
And maybe not everybody knows where Level B is, so maybe you could let people.
It's just right downtown here, not too far actually. Just a couple blocks from the downtown area here, right from where we're at. We're on Trade
Right
Street,
behind Marco Polo.
Yes, that's
okay.
I was looking for a landmark there, and then
That's
Molly
what I
knows
think
the
of, like
landmark.
the
Marco Polo,
food and
yes.
then the.
Oh, first we
always
know where
talk
the
about
food
that.
is,
Yeah,
and then we
that's
can
where-
figure out where
those
the
are my
music's coming
landmarks.
from.
There we are, yes. But we have great sound over there. It's a comfortable facility. It's a theater setting. You're going to have wonderful seats, and just the talent is just amazing. With 10 of the artists on the CD there, it's going to be a good cross-section of folks. And we were talking about some of the people we have there. Rather than name all 10, I will just say many of them have toured nationally and opened for national acts. So this is the level we're going to get at this show.
A very high level.
Very high level. If you're thinking it's going to be open mic or a talent show
Or karaoke.
no, it's. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know when my daughter moved here from California, she was always going to Brownstown Lounge for music and like that. And so there was a lot of young people going to events there and like that. So there is quite a area downtown where there's a number of clubs, and there's like the Halfpenny out there on South Liberty, I think it is. And so and they have a lot of good groups come in there as well. So there is good music right here in Salem.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to Portland.
No.
No.
And I have to mention that a couple of folks from around here. Sig Paulson will be there. In fact, Sig is going to open the show, and he's just been a treasure in our community here in Salem, as well as Matthew Price. He was just. These guys are great, and they're all going to be there, so it'll be fun. Could be a good show.
So where do you go from here? Are you going to be doing this more often, or?
We hope to. Now, what we put on the CD by design, it says Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
And so it's Volume 1, and we're going to make the CD available after the show, too. In fact, if you go to you'll see at the credits at the end, the Local Roots Music NW, our Facebook page, there'll be information on how to get the CD from there. But we're going to have a Volume 1 and maybe a Volume 2. Hopefully we'll do Volume 20 someday.
Yeah.
But we're glad that Molly was on the initial one.
Thank you
and
very much.
it was good to bring in the local talent. But if this is any indication of the talent we have here, the next are going to be fantastic. It's going to continue to be this way. It's good.
Okay. And I guess you should maybe emphasize too about what this means to the local community.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I mean, because I would think that musicians getting recognized like this helps
terrific.
them feel recognized?
They are volunteering their time. These are folks that are taking the time to come to this event. They're doing it from the heart. They're very passionate about what they do, and I think that's the real good part about it. And it's a fundraiser for the radio station because we are promoting them on our station at KMUZ because we are community radio. These people are in our community, and what a better match can that be? I mean, it's just fantastic. So I think that everybody gets something out of it. The local community gets to see these people. And what I really like about this kind of a concert, where you go to a concert from maybe people who are real famous, you'll never get access to them.
Right.
You come to this, you listen to the CD, you can actually walk up and say, "Hi, Molly, can we talk?"
And we love that.
Yes, and you signed this, and yes, or whatever. So it's actually going to be a place where you can talk to everybody the 10 artists that are performing that night, and they're going to be very open, they're going to talk with you, and easy access, so it's very friendly that way.
So we'll listen to a couple more songs.
Okay.
And that'll be the Valley View for this week.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. We've been through storms together, and we've shared the best of times. We've been lost, we've been found, and I'm so glad you're still around. And I love you through thick and thin, no matter where in life we've been. My life begins, and I love you through thick and thin. Well, you've seen me fall off the track, but you were there to help me back when I needed you to understand. You're up all night just to hold my hand, and I love you through thick and thin, no matter where in life we've been. With you, my life begins, 'cause I love you through thick and thin. We climbed the highest mountains, drank the water from life's fountains. We've rode the roughest seas, but there's no place in this world I'd rather be. Oh, no. Well, I've seen you at your best, watched you go days without any rest, and I held you when you needed to cry, wipe those tears from your eyes, 'cause I love you through thick and thin, no matter where in life we've been. With you, my life begins, and I love you through thick and thin. Yes, I love you through thick and thin. Oh yeah, thick and thin. Yes, I love you thick and thin. Thick and thin.
in a seaside town. They salve salt in my eyes. I was born in a seaside town. The waves do I ride with salt in my eyes. I was born in a seaside town, not a surprise. Let me go, he whispered, sweet softly to me. So we took a walk down by the sea. I said, rock me gently, rock me sweetly, never let me go. I said, rock me gently, rock me sweetly, never let me go. And I'll never forget the things he said as he held my hand. He was dead inside, I could see that clear as night. He said, my dear, you're still so alive, you're still so alive, so alive. So am I. I said, rock me gently, rock me sweetly, never let me go. I said, rock me gently, rock me sweetly, never let me go. Sweet child of the ocean, with salt in your eyes, never let the world take you by surprise. I said, rock me gently, rock me sweetly, never let me go. I said, rock me gently, rock me sweetly, never let me go. Sweet child of the ocean, with salt in your eyes, never let the world take you by surprise.